What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a special edition of Tuesday Night Football on Thursday. We're going to call it Thursday Night Football. This is Josh, and I am here tonight with Stokes, Magic, and RVD. Guys, we have a great rivalry game tonight featuring the 3-1 Oakland Raiders and TMag, the 2-2 Los Angeles Chargers and Reese. Stokes, anytime you get a rivalry like this under the lights, it just adds to the intensity.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys' rivalry goes way back, and it's deeper than just Madden. It seems like at least on Reese's end, he just hates everything that TMag stands for. So it's always fun to see those guys go at it.
Magic, we were talking before this pregame show started, and we were looking at some Chargers stats, and with guys like Keenan Allen and Hunter Henry, we were a little surprised to see that it's actually been Travis Benjamin that's been the focal point of the passing attack for the Chargers.
Who?
Exactly.
I joke. Yeah, it's a little surprising. I don't know how I might steal all your stuff, but the things that we're seeing as Chargers leaders are really surprising on both sides of the ball. I don't know if you're going to get into that, so I don't want to steal it from you.
RVD, you're not one to fest with anybody. You're a pretty even-keeled guy, so it's hard for you to relate to this situation. But what do you think, having this heated rivalry where they genuinely don't like each other, what kind of added pressure does that put on these two guys tonight?
It's got a ton of pressure added to it. You know, not only do you not want to lose a game, you don't want to lose a game where you're mouthing off to the person constantly. So that puts a lot of pressure on someone not to lose this game, because you're going to hear it for a while.
All right, guys. Well, they are sitting in the load-up screen. Stokes, you can tell them whenever they are ready, they can start this game, and we will be underway for Thursday Night Football. The 3-1 Oakland Raiders off to a fast start this season, and the 2-2 LA Chargers. Well, guys, two of the bigger names in this game have got to turn it on tonight. And on either side, for the Raiders, it's Khalil Mack. For the Chargers, it's Joey Bosa. This is Game 5, and both of those guys only have 2 sacks each this season. Stokes, when you pick the Raiders or pick the Chargers in CFM, you're expecting those guys to carry your defense, and up to this point, that just hasn't been the case.
Yeah, in my game against TMag, I haven't played Reese yet, but I ended up trying to run as much as I can. I mean, that's naturally how I play, but whenever I pass, I tried to make sure either I threw it quick or I made sure I watched Mac basically for the entire play to make sure he wouldn't get off the block, and if he did, I rolled a little bit. So you always want to be sure you are accounting for where he is on the field. So I think it's going to go the same way with Bosa as well.
Looks like we're struggling to get these guys both in the lobby, but that's all right. We can kill time. It's what we do.
I have a number. I have an over-under for you guys to go with.
Oh,
okay.
Do share.
Yeah. Okay, over-under 2.5 times in this game, one of these guys go for something, that's out of the norm because they're trying to make the opponent feel it.
2.5. So that would be like going for what we would consider to be an aggressive fourth down or something of that nature. A 2-point conversion, fake punt, something like that?
Yes.
I'm going to take the over.
What you, Jick?
Under.
RVD?
Over.
I lead towards the over as well, because I think these guys, they don't like each other so much, they're just gonna try and make them remember this game no matter what. And I have one more. Over under 0.5 kneel downs for this game.
I think that's safe to say. I think there will be a kneel down. I think both of these guys want the victory so much they will not risk a fumble at the end of the game. So I would say over.
Interesting. Jake?
Yeah, I'll take the over.
RVD?
I'm going to go with the under. I don't think it's going to be close enough for anyone to kneel down.
Interesting.
So my rationale for the over of 2.5 is I think one of them will do it, and it'll automatically make the other one do it. So you're already at 2 right there. So, guys, we are underway, and we are going to take a look at Raiders and Chargers here in lovely Los Angeles in front of a crowd of what, like 20,000?
10?
10,000? Danny commented on my post. If we're having technical issues, somebody might want to check that out. But we are underway here. It looks good from what I'm seeing. As who's getting the ball first? Looks like the Chargers are getting the ball first. Stokes, do you expect? Is there any pressure to get the ball first in a rivalry situation like this?
I don't think so. I always want to kick so I can have the momentum going into the second half. So I would want to avoid getting the ball first, especially if you go out and lose, go out on 3 plays.
Why don't you just get better at offense?
Ooh.
That's true.
He caught him slipping, Stokes. You see that? He had Khalil. He had his D-line on aggressive right off the bat, and Reese caught him slipping. Sneaky move by TMag, smart move by Reese. Good move there by Reese. Rivalry game, expecting him to do something like that. Gets free 5 yards.
Yeah, that was a smart move right off the bat.
Not much there on the ground for Melvin Gordon, as Melvin Gordon really hasn't been much of a factor this year. But on the other side of the field, Kareem Hunt, the running back that T-Mag got from the Broncos after I sent him to the Broncos, has been on a tear. He's in the running back leader conversation. He's going to have a good chance to take over Leonard Fournette. As you see on your screen now, Leonard Fournette is out 5 weeks, got injured in his game against the Chiefs this week. So Kareem Hunt has a great chance with a big game tonight to take over the rushing lead in AFL. As you see at the bottom, injured players galore this week. We are on simulation mode, so injuries are a real thing. As an interception on the first pick of the game, user pick. Who got that? It might have been Conley. Oh, Barry. Oh, did I get it wrong?
29.
So
29.
Fournette got hurt against the Chiefs.
Was it Bradley Roby?
Oh, Bradley Roby. Yeah, he got him from the Broncos. Yeah, Magica. Fournette got hurt against the Chiefs. The next play, Corey Grant got hurt, so he's down to TJ Yeldon and CJ Procise. Let's see what T-Mag's strategy is here off of an interception. A lot of guys like to take a shot. Nice little check down to Kareem Hunt.
Why not just say he got hurt against you?
Because I am not claiming what's going on in Kansas City right now. Stokes, what do you think of Kareem Hunt? I know he's not your favorite Madden back. There's not anything he's necessarily great at, but my counter argument would be there's nothing he's bad at. I think he's pretty much good at everything.
Yeah, he seems to be a very balanced back. I mean, he's not the kind of guy I would build my team around, but Pick uses him pretty well, and he's able to get the grinder yards. And I liked what I saw in the game I played against him. I mean, it was frustrating, but I liked it.
Yep. Here we go, 4th and inches.
I don't think that counts.
And he gets it. 4th and inches.
Yeah.
I feel like that was an aggressive...
On the 31?
Okay, how about back-to-back no huddles after 3rd and inches, 4th and inches, and still in... And now he's going to go PA crossers. Let's see if he catches Reese slipping. He did. Man, Reese needs to have some PA crossers defense as the Raiders are in business now on the 1-yard line.
I've noticed that it's very difficult to get inside the 5. I mean, because the run is tough, and you just don't have much space passing the ball.
Yeah, a lot of guys are using that halfback dive over the pile where you hold L2 and jump over the pile. It's a good strategy. Let's see if T-Mag does it here. Nope, doesn't look like. Oh, he did get in. Touchdown.
Yeah, challenge that.
They call that back. They better call that back.
We got a review. Let's go to commercial. We're back. I was just getting ready to say Stokes, T-Mag couldn't ask for a better start, but going to have to hold that off for another play. Stuffed.
Is that Alfred Morris?
I think it is. I think he moved into fullback. RVD on defense in this situation, are you pretty much taking the run away and forcing them to pass?
Yeah, that's definitely what you need to do. Take that run away from him, force the pass. Oh, out of his shoes. Wow.
Oof.
Well, touchdown. Stokes, T-Mag couldn't ask for a better start.
Yeah, absolutely. To get a pick in the first drive and then a touchdown, this has all the makings of a Reese meltdown and blowout. But there's a lot of time left. After you get scored on, the first time, that first drive is very important. You don't want it to snowball or avalanche.
I
I
like
like these jerseys that Reese chose.
Yeah, sleek jerseys there that Reese chose. TMag doesn't have as many good options. He just has the silver and the black and the white. I liked the play calling from TMag there. He gets a turnover. He mixed in some run and pass out of the same formations, which I'm a big fan of because it makes you less predictable. Now let's see what Reese does.
Strong power?
Steady Teddy.
No.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Wow.
You, Jake, you are the worst.
I know.
All I said was, oh, really?
I'm just saying, we talked about off the air. All right, guys, let's not give anything away. Remember, the listeners are a half a second behind. And I even said, Jick, that was specifically for you. 3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the first quarter. We already got to throw a flag on him.
Oh, my God.
I mean, if I can't say, oh, really, I don't know what I can say. That could have meant anything.
Rivers.
T-Mobile.
Oh, never mind. T-Mobile's in.
Sherrod?
It's a rod.
Yeah. Did we ever get some clarification if it is Tyrod or Tyrod? And did I see he got hurt tonight in the preseason game? Like,
I saw a couple people post that he
Got a bum hand.
He went down hard on his left wrist.
and then did I see Hugh Jackson put him back in the game?
I don't know. I didn't watch much more after that.
Wait,
I wouldn't be
is he a lefty?
surprised. No.
can't be a win for
He
Cleveland.
hurt his left hand.
Yeah, exactly. Can't
He
be a
can still
win.
throw, right?
Get out there, punk.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson. We're winning this third preseason game. Fuck it.
Very important.
Hey, you don't go 1-31 the last 2 years by making smart decisions. Big 3rd and 3 here, guys. Reese needs this for a lot of reasons. Mainly because he wants to win the game.
There are so many options.
That was a bad option.
Jeez,
Yep.
oh, Pete.
As Jick,
All right,
Jick now has 2 flags thrown on him. Go ahead, RV.
Go
I
on.
said there are
go
so
on
many options.
He got scared rolling out of the pocket.
We were looking
If
at
he
this.
rolls back that tape, he had 2 people open.
I feel
for a first
like
down
the way this
and
game's
decided to throw up his back.
the way this game's going, Reese isn't going to want to roll back this tape. What we noticed before the game was Tyrod Taylor has 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions coming into the game. So
Nice.
now he has 11. Turnovers are a huge problem in Oakland, and he's already got 2 in the first quarter.
Well, coming into this game, a huge part was going to be Reese's offense against T-Mag's defense. Because if you take a look at it, the T-Mag's defense at worst is 8th overall in run yardage. Reese at best is 19th overall in pass yardage. So there's a huge gap there in between them. So if Reese wants to win this game, he's got to get his offense going.
Good stats. Those are good stats. We got to pause here. You guys are trying to catch their breath. I hope they're not festing in PM because that's not interesting for anybody.
No, they're
Oh,
not.
guys, it's paused.
Nothing's been said. Way to go, Jake.
All right, well we got the ticker going on.
break.
We got the ticker going on the side of the screen, so I'll just kind of catch you up on some scores, although you can read them. And you see the Jaguars beat my Chiefs 20-17, but that win came with a price. Lost Fournette and Corey Grant. Roman gets to 4-1 with a 31-28 victory over Care Bears Falcons. Jick, we won't mention what happened in your game, but the guys can read on the screen. There were some very close games this week.
That was a great game.
It looks like we have another PA Crossers play here, this time with the receiver on the right. I like the drag underneath. It makes for a nice check down, but man, he just ran himself into a sack.
Yeah, he got scared of that right side and it ran right into it.
Wow.
Ran away from Bosa right into Ingram. That's a devastating pass rush.
Well, while we got the punt in the air, let's talk about the fact we have a new owner in Seattle. Justin Thomas takes over the Seahawks. Mason Schreimer rage quit versus Nino. So Nino's got 1 rage quit this season. If you could check out my post on Facebook, Danny's commented twice. Let's just make sure everything's working. If one of you could do that.
His first post said Raiders 47, Reese 13.
Okay.
And then And then Trav posted, Josh gets a flag, gave away the pause. I wanted the
That's right. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, they are pausing. Oh, and guys, tell me if I'm like a half a second ahead too, because I'm watching the stream and I'm wondering if my stream is a little bit behind. Anyway, guys, let's talk about Justin being back in the league. Stokes, nothing against Mason, but Justin was a guy that for sure would have made the cut had he showed interest early from the get-go. So I think this is a good move for AFL.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed Scheimer. He's a good player. He doesn't contribute much to the league itself, but he does play and he's good at the game. I don't know what led to whatever happened with him and Nino, because I mean I can understand Nino is a bit frustrating, but in watching that game, I mean there was nothing really to quit the entire league for. I mean you were having a bad game, you were getting wrecked. Just eat it.
Yeah, I've gotten to a point in my life where, like, 5 years ago I would have made fun of him and all that stuff. I've gotten to a point where you just never know what somebody's going through. Like,
Yeah.
maybe a bad Madden game was just like the tip of the final nail in the coffin of what was a really bad day or whatever. So we wish Mason the best. He was a good owner. I enjoyed my interactions with him. I hope somewhere down the line he reconsiders and wants to rejoin AFL. But for now, we got Justin. I think that's a good move for us. And speaking of good moves, guys, as we wind down this first quarter, Reese is in business in this drive.
Travis Benjamin got hurt. The leading receiver.
Yeah, I mean, to circle back a little bit with Mason, before their game actually played, he said he did say he had a lot of stuff going on. So, I mean, that could be the contributing factor into why he left the league. But I don't think anyone has spoken to him, if anyone has. I mean,
I don't think anyone had the opportunity. As soon as he left, he was out of the group completely.
I'll send him an IM here in the next couple days and just, basically thank him for his time and whatnot. I got to move my phone away. I can't get the notifications off.
I don't think it had anything to do with the game itself against Nino. I think that there was underlying factors there.
As Reese answers back with a touchdown. So, guys, let's play through.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Let's play through the sequence there. We have Reese getting the ball first, interception, TMag touchdown. Reese is on tilt. Reese gets the ball back, interception, double tilt. Reese forces a 3-and-out, drives down, and ties it up with a beautiful drive. RVD, that's some great recovery under the lights against your rival.
Yeah, and it's definitely what he needed. If he had gotten down 14 with 2 interceptions going into it, it would have been a huge hole to dig himself out of. He needed that touchdown.
Magic, what do you expect out of TMag here? You think he's going to try to answer back with a big play of his own? You think he's going to go back to those inside zone running plays he was doing early in the game?
Then we're going to see some more PA crossers.
Well, yeah, I think.
I also don't know what else they teach at Madden school, so someone would have to fill me in.
Stokes, he runs into a sack again.
Yeah, he's nuts. The pocket was fine. He just drifted and gave him contain. It's not good, man.
I don't believe that's the way Ian draws it up on Madden school.
Maybe they teach you to get outside to try to break zones, and
I mean, but if he wasn't using the right type of route combinations. He just had weird things going on, and he rolled the wrong way for the play anyway.
Yeah, I didn't like that play art.
So speaking of play art, as you guys can tell, we're watching this game from T-Mag's perspective. So when he's on offense, it gives us an opportunity to kind of guess what Reese is in on defense, and we can go through some of those things, some of the things we look for pre-snap to get a tell. There, I could tell before the play started there was a good chance that Reese was in cover 3. Here on 3rd and 19, I'll see if there's any tells that I have. So what I see right here is you have 2 deep safeties, so that tells me it's either a cover 2, but most likely a cover 4 because of the down and distance. I would expect this is either a cover 4 or some kind of cover 2 man. It looks like a cover 4 with purple slots.
Yeah, with the what
the fuck was that? Speaking of tilt,
I had this happen in my game, and I was in the red zone, and it was almost like you batted down the ball, but it went backwards 22 yards like a fumble.
And you lost the yardage.
It's ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Come on, Madden. Come on,
Did
John
you get
Madden.
it? You got it back though?
I kept it because it went out of bounds.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought it was
but
bouncing
instead
around.
of being like at the goal line, I was now back like 25 yards, goal to go.
Hey, a lot of room to throw now.
Yeah, well, at least I got the touchdown back.
See?
Nice.
Um,
Ooh, Melvin
know-
Gordon with some nice wiggle moves.
After we talked about how TMag is doing really well with Kareem Hunt, he's got like 8 carries for like 6 yards.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, that's good game planning on Reese's part to make sure that Kareem Hunt is not a guy that's going to beat T-Mag. So Reese now looks like he's coming out in some sort of split close. Could be the split close Pats, the guru formation, if you will.
Total yards, did you see that? 25 to 103.
Looks like we have.
Ron, what are you doing? Okay.
Oh, that guy's open. That guy's open. That guy's open. He didn't throw it.
Wow, Magic is behind now.
Yeah, the internet corrected the penalties for you.
Good. The internet gods.
So now I'm behind.
The internet gods were listening and even got tired of your spoilers. So we got some sort of weak close toss here. Stokes, the toss seems to be back in this Madden, even though running itself is overall somewhat nerfed.
Yeah, it seems to be that you can get the edge, and it looks pretty good. Sometimes your lead blockers don't get the guy on the edge, and then you look foolish because you got multiple blockers, and then there's one guy who just doesn't get blocked. But overall, I mean, of the runs, I mean, power seems to be nerfed, and stretch is nice, but I mean, the toss and the stretch really was all I've seen that I've liked. And of course, shotgun inside zone, because of course.
Tucked out of bounds.
I'm really impressed with how Reese is sticking to the run this game. He's a guy that likes to chuck it all over the field, but yet he's been patient, keeping his offense balanced, and as a guy on defense, that makes it really tricky if you want to do anything like pass commit or put your defenders in aggressive pass rush, things like that that can help you defend the pass. Becomes a lot harder when you don't know if they're going to run or pass.
I'm surprised by that too. He was next to last in total run yardage heading into this game, so I'm surprised to see that.
Oh, gets a bad throw by Tyrod there as Hunter Henry would have walked into the end zone. Good call, RVD. Yeah, I think maybe Reese did some self-scouting coming into this game. He doesn't want to be embarrassed by his rival under the lights. I mean, we all know this is Madden, and there's a certain level of importance it has. But still, under the lights, everybody watching against your rival, you don't want to lose this game. All right, 3rd and 4 here. Let's see what Reese has cooked up, because after what looked like an abysmal first quarter, Reese has a chance to go into halftime with a
good timeout. You don't want to come out and see 4 on 3rd and 4.
Too busy making substitutions.
Josh, going back to what you were saying, I think that had a lot to do with his first 2 drives ending in interceptions, and Reese knows that he cannot do that. So he's going to end up running the ball more because of it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he realized right off the bat that this game, if he continued at that pace, was going to just be one of those games that he loses where he throws a lot of picks, and now he's got it back under control with the running game despite the drop on 3rd down there, as we were going to get a field goal by the Chargers, and the Chargers get a 10-7 lead. Well, guys, we are going to, at halftime, talk about some of the stories in AFL this week. We've had a couple of big trades, both of which involving my team, that my team's in a little bit of a rebuild. Stokes made an aggressive move today. We'll get his thoughts on that. We'll talk about some of the interesting scores around AFL this week. One of the benefits of this game is it's the last game of the week, so everything else is in the books. It allows us to have this layout where every score is posted, every trade is posted, at least as of 2 hours ago, because I was making this layout and had to draw the line somewhere. Nice little screen pass here. And guys, I love a screen pass when you're on tilt. When you're on tilt, and we've all been there, it's so easy to force a bad throw or to mash speed burst when you're running because you're tense, you're aggressive. It's really hard to screw up a screen. The play pretty much runs itself. Yes, if a user jumps it, you just got to take a sack. But I love a screen pass when you're on tilt. It's a good way to kind of get yourself back into the rhythm of the game.
On that 3rd down that Reese had, he could have run that with Tyrod. He could have seen that the guy that pick was in man-to-man, and then the linebacker didn't cover him. He's got oh my.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Oh,
over under 1.
Yeah,
There's
there
one.
you go.
I hate this decision by T-Mag. He's playing to the pressure of the moment here.
This is emotional.
Yep. I
Purely
mean,
emotional.
it worked, but it was dumb.
Lord it be.
Yeah, Stokes, I agree. I was going to comment at halftime that it doesn't look like T-Mag is playing with the spy.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't on that play. And I think because of earlier in the game, Reese got nervous and threw a pick while he was scrambling, that he didn't scramble on that third down because of that, and because of Mac is on the right side. So, I mean, you don't want to roll that way anyway most of the time.
All right, so now we're going to get PA crossers again, and it looks like he audibled down to the inside zone. And good answer here by T-Mag. Again, I think it was a mistake. I feel like, especially with a no huddle I like to call it a rage no huddle. You can almost feel when it's coming, like you're so mad that you got stopped, you're going to no huddle, like you're not going to stop me. I'm not even going to huddle up.
Is Flip leading his division?
Maybe.
He's 3-2. He's 3-2.
Flip is 3-2. Who? Oh, that's actually a good point, Magic. That was the one game that hadn't gone final. So, what happened in the Flip?
He won.
Played?
I don't know. The score scrolling across the bottom. I forgot what it was. It was something boring, like 19-7.
Good for him.
12-7. I don't know. Something that you would have watched and been like, why am I watching this?
Oh, he's playing the Broncos, and A-Bomb. So A-Bomb remains winless. That pick that I had that I traded.
That was a bad trade there.
Yeah, and I also traded my pick that right now looks really bad.
What are you, like 2-2?
I'm 1-4.
Oof, that stinks.
Okay, so thanks, buddy. So what you saw there was Bridgewater tried to take off and run, and conversely, Reese looked like he may have had 2 contains and a spy on that play. He may not have had the contains. Maybe he was doing some outside rushing, but still, Reese is more prepared for the running quarterback.
Absolutely.
Interesting clock management here. He's taking the time down. I do like that, but what you can run the risk of is being too conservative and getting yourself into a situation where you end up playing for a field goal, where if you had just played your game, you could get a touchdown. Stokes, if you wouldn't mind firing these guys a text message just to remind them to pause the game after the second half kickoff for a couple minutes so we can go into our little halftime spiel. So, unfortunately, they can't pause the game at halftime, so they have to do the kickoff, and then we'll get a nice little pause and do a little spin around AFL, if you will.
14-9.
14-9. Flip over A-Bomb.
Flip is leading that division.
3rd and 7. What's he got drawn up? What's Ian got for him on 3rd and 7? Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh, it looks like he fell.
That was all bad.
Well, okay, that was a good bad. That was a good bad for T-Mag. The bad is he has to settle for a field goal. The good is, barring something disastrous, that's going to be the last score of the half, and he gets the ball in the second half, which was his goal. I know he obviously would have preferred a touchdown, but his end game here was he wanted the last points of the half and the ball in the second half.
The Patriots special.
Yep. Yeah, this stadium is so weird. It's like a high school stadium.
I went to high school.
You went to high school? Did you?
Wow.
Tell us more about that, Magic.
Well, one day I was like, hey, I should go to school.
Huh.
So I went.
I go there every day.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I went to 6th grade
Me too.
twice. Just kidding. All right, I like this move by Reese here. A lot of guys will try to throw it up. Too much bad can happen, especially with somebody like Khalil Mack on the other side. Get it to halftime and get it to the garage, Magic. Get it to the garage.
Get the.
I
get the
think
car.
after Reese's start, he's satisfied with where this is at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. He told him he would throw 2 picks in his first 2 drives and be tied at half. He'd definitely take that.
So we anticipate they're going to be pausing after this kick for a couple minutes, so we can.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. Am I way ahead of you guys now?
No,
Kickoff.
Oh, my prediction.
Yeah.
All right, we got to pause here. So we are at halftime. Throw up a little. Oh my God, my halftime banner's jacked up. Whoop.
Oh man.
All right.
I see you seeing this.
So,
there's RVD.
So guys, let's talk about our AFL league as things are going. We talked about Justin being back in the league. There were some big trades today, both of which were by the Chiefs. I sent Justin Houston to Stokes' Browns. Stokes, after your game with the Ravens this week, you lost 21-7 that guys can see on the screen. You came away realizing you needed a pass rusher, and you got pass rushing help with Justin Houston. You paid what many considered to be a hefty price. Talk about your thought process there.
Yeah, I had a bunch of picks at my disposal, and after playing my game with Joker, I realized that I needed a little bit more on the pass rush. I needed to be able to get to him with just using 3 or 4 rushers, because Lamar Jackson, if you give Joker time at all, I mean, he's going to beat you with the pass. So I just needed a little bit more help in that regard, and Justin Houston fits that bill. And, you know, it was a lot that I paid for him, but it was slim pickings to get an elite pass rusher, and I just had to pay it.
One of the picks you gave me was the Indianapolis Colts pick, Jonathan Watts. That pick is not looking very good right now. He is 5-0 with the Colts, guys, and that's not an easy 5-0 either. He's beaten guys like K-Will. He's beaten Danny. That's an impressive 5-0. Stokes, you knew this guy was good. Does this surprise you, though?
A little bit. I mean, because the Colts aren't great, but what Watts is able to do is he's able to scheme, and he's able to force an opponent into doing what he wants them to do in a game. And when it comes to offense, he's able to manipulate whatever he wants a lot of the time to be successful, and he's doing that fairly well. I mean, he's got 5 wins, 5 straight. He's got flip up next week, and then he could pretty easily be 8-0. I mean, depending on that Week 8 game with Pick.
Well, guys, let's talk about my Chiefs for a second, because I think it's one of the stories in the league. I'm obviously somebody that does not consider myself a play out the string, play for the draft type, but I made 2 trades today that almost feel like that's what I was doing. It's been a rough year, guys. I lost week 1 on a really bad play on the end of the game where Tyreek Hill went down at the 1-yard line instead of going into the end zone. I lost week 2 not because of, but it certainly didn't help that Tyreek Hill picked up a punt and ran it into the end zone on a bad animation and got a safety when I was down by 7. Again, not that I would have won the game, but it certainly killed my chances of trying to win the game. And then yesterday, I had a lead on Mustang up until 4 seconds to go and give up a touchdown as with 4 seconds left, and he gets a 20-17 victory, I believe was the final score. So it's been a frustrating year, guys. I'm going to try to fight back. I'm going to see what I can do. My 2 division rivals are playing tonight, so I'm obviously not going to root on camera, but obviously the competitor in me is rooting for the Chargers here, because if he can just keep TMag down and keep me in the race until maybe I can hopefully figure this out. But it's been tough. RVD, let's talk about another guy that's having a surprisingly bad year for his own standards is E-Dub. On the very first edition of Tuesday Night Football, E-Dub blew out Mustangs Jags, and Stokes and I were even saying, man, his offense looks on fire. Since then, he's gone 1-3. Are you surprised by what's going on in New York?
Yeah, definitely so. I was able to watch that first game, and watching it, I mean, he looked on point. But since then, I haven't been able to watch, but I've kind of seen the scores go by, and this isn't the E-Dub that we've seen. Usually, he's off to a very strong start, so it's surprising to see him start so slow this year.
All right, guys, one of the biggest.
Pick is getting impatient, it seems.
He's getting impatient. All right, well, that's fine. We can get back to this game. You can tell them to go ahead and start it back up. And Stokes, as we do get into the second half here with TMag getting the ball, what do you like from his perspective, getting the ball 10-10? If you're TMag, what's your game plan?
I really think he should get back to getting the ball to Kareem Hunt. He doesn't seem to have he's not getting any sort of like long passes with his team. So I would just try and grind Reese and just beat him that way, because Reese historically has a bad run defense. So just hope that that's just going to continue.
And Magic, from Reese's perspective, you had a terrible start to the game. You battle back to make it 10-7. You give up the field goal at the end to make it 10-10. How are you feeling right now at 10-10?
Gotta feel good. Um, you know, if you're Reese, you got to look at it as you are the only reason that TMag is still in this game. With the 2 interceptions, and then he's given up like 2 big plays, and that's pretty much been it. So, you know, you feel like for the most part you're containing the Raiders, and yeah. Allowed 18 rushing yards to a guy who's second in the league in rushing.
First now.
So second and 11, based on the safety alignment, I would guess that Reese is in some sort of a cover 3 look, and cuts short of the sticks, but another no huddle. It's 3rd and 5 now. Again,
a lot of no huddle.
Again, it looks like Reese is either in cover 3 or maybe he's running a 4-6 defense. But Kareem Hunt tackled behind the line of scrimmage, and TMag now is forced to punt. Will we, guys, see a fake punt? I don't think so.
It was
Sammy Watkins.
It was an unnecessary hurry up. I don't know what's going on with fake right now. That's a great punt. Never mind. It looked good.
Yeah, it looked a lot better until it landed. Yeah, to me, I mean, I'm not saying the same thing about TMag. I think this is about Madden players in general. When I see guys do hurry up that doesn't make sense, it looks like they're on tilt to me. And I feel like I've said tilt a lot tonight.
You have.
It's a great term.
So, you know, I hate this goalpost view when you zoom out for some reason.
I think he's using a lot of contain. That's interesting.
Well, maybe now he's starting to get worried about wherever this quarterback is. Tyrod.
RVD.
Oh, yeah.
RVD, he made an aggressive trade to bring in Tyrod Taylor. You've already seen 1 overthrow. You've seen 2 picks. It's not like Reese is out there taking off with Taylor, even though we've seen plenty of running lanes out there for him to do so. At some point in time, if you're Reese, do you consider going to your bench and putting in Phillip Rivers, who is a far superior passer?
I think after he made the trade, he's past that point. He's going to put all his focus towards Tyrod Taylor. But when you're looking at it, if he's not going to use Taylor's legs, then he's got to get that accuracy in there.
Guys, another sign that TMag may be on tilt is I just got a notification that he has commented on that post. That's not what you want to see from somebody in the game. I saw TMag and John Kreppel commented on the post, and I'm only imagining that they're not getting along here. All right, little split close action. He's going to look for the poster out to the left side receiver. Doesn't get it. Has the tight end on a corner route. Oh, no, that's Keenan Allen, and he makes a big boy play. Comes down with it. What's the call here? Unnecessary roughness. I didn't even see the infraction there. But we are on simulation mode now, so we are going to see a little more penalties. Stokes, quickly talk about the slider adjustments we made to simulation mode and why we did that.
So we tuned down injuries because from most reviews that we got from people, that injuries were rampant. People were going down left and right, and we also took down holding. Because that's one of those random penalties that don't really have an effect on a singular play, and we just want to tone it down because that's a play that we don't really think is a good one. I guess that's the best way to.
Shout out to our guy Matt Vane. He's in a league of the simulation. Gave us some feedback on what he's seen, and it gave us the idea to tone down injuries. And then we're also going to use PS4 franchise as a sample size for simulation sliders as another drop there. And now it brings up a 3rd and 6. So we will adjust these as we go forward if need be. But for now, we're going to err on the side of caution, as TMag looks like he's coming out in an all-out blitz here on 3rd and floor. We'll see if Reese has a hot read on here, because if he does, it could be big yardage.
Yeah.
Max protect.
Oh, Lord, it be.
Is he going to celebrate on him?
You guys are all ahead of me. Oh, got him.
And he's going to celebrate on him. What a big play by Reese.
So is that just a broken press, I'm guessing? Because he got open by a mile.
So when you look at that route in the tight end attack, I'm not for certain if that was one of those unbumpables, but there's a play. It's like SE something or other. I can't even think of what it's called now. But like there's like a hitch before a streak, and it's an unbumpable, and it looked like that tight end play that whatever, like tight end drag or whatever this play was called, had that. and Keenan Allen's route. So Keenan Allen's also a big boy. Oh, fumble.
So you talking about like an outside release type of thing?
Oh, fumble.
Yeah, like a I don't know how to describe it other than it's like a vertical that at the very beginning has like a quick cutout to the side and then it goes straight up. Go to maddenschool.com. They'll tell you all about the unpumpables. Which both of these guys, by the way, even though only one of them will admit it, both of them use Madden School.
So,
Confirmed.
Who's the best student?
Close, right?
Confirmed.
So it goes.
Yeah. And we are coming out in PA wide receiver crossers. Magic, your favorite play. Let's see if
who could have seen that coming?
See if he runs himself into a sack here. Oh, what a terrible interception in double coverage.
Oh, boy.
And Reese is now in full control.
Oh, boy.
So what I'm gathering
How
is
the
that
tides have turned.
I'm gathering that Pick runs a lot of no huddle and a lot of PA crossers.
I mean, so look, I'm not trying to put down anybody. I haven't watched any of his games. I didn't even see his game against Stokes. It's just time-wise hasn't lined up. When somebody's 4-1, it gets your attention. What I have seen tonight, and it could just be the fact that he's under the lights. It could be the fact that he's playing against Reese. I don't know. Maybe he's not sticking to his game plan. Stokes, you could probably speak better to it because he played against you. What I have seen tonight is he's very reliant on PA crossers, and he's very reliant on inside zone and that scheme that's very popular. And if that's not working, I'm not seeing many adjustments. Did you see that in your game, or was there more diversity in your game?
Well, I essentially let him inside zone me to death, basically, until he got inside the red zone. I did force him to throw a few interceptions. Let him continue to do that basically all the way down the field. Because I figure if you want to get all the way down the field in a 10-play drive for a field goal, that's cool with me. But he did score 2 touchdowns with Hunt. So,
are you his one loss, or is that someone else?
I gave him his only loss. Correct.
Keenan Allen's coming up big this game with Travis Benjamin going down. Magic, we talked about it on the pregame show. It was kind of surprising that Travis Benjamin would be the leading receiver. You never want to say a good thing about an injury, but maybe this forced Reese to throw to a guy who's vastly superior than Travis Benjamin.
He, when you caught that pass and you thought it was a tight end and it turned out to be Keenan Allen, I really wanted to be like, that's a fast tight end, huh?
That's a fast tight end. Almost as fast as Calvin Johnson. I think he gets the first down.
A little throwback for those who have been here forever.
Oh, man, that is a big tight end. A fast tight end.
Yeah, no wonder why guys can't keep up with him.
Stokes, what's the strategy here on defense? Reese has been locking up TMag the last couple quarters. Does Reese just have to make sure he at least gets a field goal here, or are you cool with him still being kind of aggressive and trying to get in the end zone?
If it's me, I'm just making sure I make this a 2-score lead. But this is Reese and T-Max. I think he's gonna try and do something crazy because he wants to be able to make a post after this game about T-Max. So I don't think he's gonna keep this conservative because he feels confident because he's locked them up since what, like 3 minutes into the game, he's locked them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he scored 10 points, in the first quarter?
Yeah, and if you think about it, all those points he got were because of interceptions. Well, no, he got the 3 points at the very end of the half, but the 7 points he got were off an interception, although it was a good drive. As now it's 3rd and inches. I have 2 predictions for this play. One, I think T-Mag's going to run commit. Maybe I'm wrong. And 2, if Reese doesn't get it, he needs to kick the field goal. Resist the temptation. Okay, he gets it.
You don't get punished for as much as run commit anymore, and I do not like that. The corners don't fight hard like they used to. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, if you're not gonna really commit, you should get burned for it.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know about you guys. I think run commit's one of the dumbest additions in Madden there is.
Yeah, I mean, it's unrealistic. Everyone doesn't run to the ball like that in real life. It's
No?
completely unrealistic. No. At the snap, everyone's running at 20 miles an hour towards the middle of the field. No, it does not happen.
We got injury. Melvin Gordon's down on the field. We'll try to get an update on his status. As
Who do we have? Austin Eckler?
I don't think it's going to be Eckler. They have a fast guy behind him, and I can't think of his name.
Brandon Oliver.
No, that's a good guess, though, the UB back. I'll know it as soon as I see him carry the ball.
Well, Austin Eckler's 92.
Maybe it is Eckler, then.
Is Eckler white? No, look at that.
I think he's clear.
This is a good time to mention that Sharkhandrick West and LeGarrette Blunt are on the block, right?
Oh, thank you. Oh, Bruce Sternum will not be able to return to the game. Bruce Sternum, what is that, a game? Like a 1 week injury?
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent point, Stokes. Sharkhandrick West, LeGarrette Blunt, and Spencer Ware can all be had for a drop in the bucket. All right, we're going to
How big's the spot?
put up your fours, guys. We're going to the fourth quarter here as Reese is in full control here. Big third down, but even if he doesn't get it, he's going to be going up by 2 scores. If he does get it, though, it's going to chew up some more important time on the clock. I think TMag's got to have to do something. I think TMag doesn't have to, but I think he's going to do something crazy here. Some kind of a gamble. I see an all-out blitz on defense. If Reese ever had the guts to throw it, he'd have a walk-in touchdown. He throws it. Oh, Tyrod. Tyrod set him out. I think he's going to get the first down, though.
Oof.
He's got to get Tyrod out, guys. I'm a Tyrod fan in real life, but he's messing up Reese's world right now.
Oof. That was close.
T-Mobile. Man, the way this guy's playing, he's like Boost Mobile.
Nice.
Are they a bad company? I don't know if that's fair to Boost Mobile.
Magic got the most feedback last week that he was the most popular commentator, and now he's trying to keep it up. It is Austin Eckler. Look at Magic knowing rosters.
Guys, I'm so deep into the NFL.
You are.
I wasn't the most popular. What is this? I demand a recount.
Relax, Al Gore. Joker, that was a reference from 8 years ago when you were 10.
8?
Oh,
that's a great cut.
RVD, are we gonna get a post from Reese after this game?
We most definitely will, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a GIF with his face on it.
Yeah. Yes. His face will definitely be in that GIF. The only question is whether that GIF is ready right now or not. You gotta be prepared.
Gonna put his controller down and start making it.
Yeah.
Does one of you have your camera on Skype? Because I feel like I see somebody's face. Oh, it's RVD. What's up, buddy?
Well, is it a white face or a blue one?
Yeah, I mean that'll give you a good idea.
Don't worry.
Every time I put the phone up to my ear, it clicks the camera and it turns it around.
Don't worry. You weren't on stream. You were just on my computer screen because I was looking to see if I had Reese in my contacts. We could try to get him on here after the game.
It keeps doing it. I didn't know if it was actually showing it on your end or not.
So, I mean, TMag is down 14 here with not a lot of time, and his run game had been shut down until this very play.
That play.
Yeah.
You got 18 on that?
Kareem's trying to keep him in the hunt. Ayo. I don't like the cover 3 here, but I also don't like the run here, so I don't like a lot of what's going on here.
Good time to get back to the run, T-Mag. That's how you do it. I mean, this shows that he has some sort of confidence that he can get a stop on Reese, that he's committing to this run here.
Mm-hmm. Second and 2.
I mean, there is a lot of time.
There is. If he scores
You
here,
score here, you get a stop. Plenty of time. But you got to get a score and you got
torn
to
ACL in real life, I think.
yeah, essentially you have to look at it like this. You need a score, a stop, and a score. And there's plenty of time to get 2 scores and stick to the run at this juncture. So you're going to have to get a stop on your next defensive possession. The longer it takes you to score, the quicker your stop's going to have to be. But that's the recipe right now for TMag to get back in this game. But none of it matters if you don't get a score here. So I'm okay with running plays he's comfortable with and getting to the end zone, even if it takes a little longer than it's desired.
Whoa, he's got a chub.
Yeah. Nicholas.
Yeah, I agree with you, Josh, because if he doesn't get the score here, then the game is over. So take as much time as you need, because this score is the important one.
Jordy Nelson come down with that? Man. That guy had a couple big catches in my Super Bowl against KJ, but I still found a way to win with a Percy Harvin touchdown from Tyrod Taylor, who happens to be in this game.
7 degrees of separation. How about that?
It's amazing how you guys always manage to bring up my Super Bowl victory. Oh, man. He could easily pop a pass here. Guys, get this play into your playbook. Throw your tight end on a fade route and high point a bullet pass to him. And if they are in goal line, he will be wide open. The only thing that will go wrong on that play is if the ball goes out of bounds. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you guys are...
What are you doing?
Whoa, what was that?
I'm thinking he must have gotten into a animation funk there. Maybe he has auto animation on, but and now Reese is coming out of goal line, which I think is a smart move, not submitting the pass, and it looks like T-Meg is going to go with maybe a stretch. I don't like the stretch here based on the defensive alignment.
I hate when things stretch.
And he moves his receiver over. The defender doesn't follow, and he still runs to that side.
What are you doing, Pick?
And now Reese is going to run commit and stop and blow up this run if he knows what he's doing. Oh
boy.
Now we're going with the toss.
Oh, boy.
You guys are...
I think toss should pop here, I would think. Yeah.
Oh, Superman died.
Well, these guys are not shy about celebrating on each other. All right, so Magic, we talked about it. He scored, took a little longer than desired, but 2:27 left, has 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. He's in good shape here as long as he can play some defense.
Hey, yeah, it's essentially 4 timeouts left. He hasn't stopped Reese since, Reese's second drive of the game, though, so that's kind of a problem.
He's gotten 3 and out recently.
I was just getting ready to say he's going for the hit sticks because all his guys were just diving randomly, and he gets one, but he can't get the fumble. That's big. That hurts.
Oof.
Whoa, Sean Weatherspoon, is he a Raider in real life?
Probably. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Why did the Raiders get that ball back?
What?
What?
Oh,
happened?
my. How about that?
Did we get a glitch, or did we just all miss that?
No, I guess we all just missed it.
I think
it was never clear who stood up with it.
Yeah, it was
showed it as a takeaway.
All right, I'm watching it on the replay. Yes, the Raiders did get back. I'm watching my stream. Yeah, the Raiders did get it back. Confirmed. It wasn't a glitch. That's huge. Confirmed.
Let's reverse that.
Confirmed. I have confirmed it from here in Glen Carbon, Illinois, where our AFL referee studios are.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Poor Reese. T-Mag's got life, though.
What a crumble this could be.
Yeah, but see, this is one of those things where it's like, what can Reese even do? This isn't like throwing a pick or doing something super aggressive. It's
he was dancing with the kick returner.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. That's hilarious if that's the case.
I think he was trying to get away from all the hit sticks, and there were just so many.
Everybody gets a hit stick.
If we can get team... 4th and 5. This is play of the game here.
Oh, PA crossers?
Caught? Did he catch it? He caught it. Wow. Guys, if we can get T-Mag to shut off his stream as soon as this game's over, we can go back on hit, and I can pull up his archive and look at what happened on that kickoff return. But now, guys, you play for an hour, all these twists and turns, and it all comes down to 6 yards in 1 minute. This is great.
Absolutely. This is too much time for a 2-point conversion, in my opinion.
Too much time for a kneel down.
Wow. Kareem Hunt. He's a man. Boys, I have a prediction, and I don't want to say it because Reese is my guy. I just feel a Tyrod interception coming.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's not like Tyrod.
I mean, it isn't. He's only thrown 16 in the last 3 seasons. But,
Not the real Tyrod, but the Reese Tyrod. So
that would make us come full circle, though.
yeah. So let's talk about the storylines on this drive. You have Tyrod Taylor, who struggled with interceptions both before this game, coming into this game, and during this game. You have TMag's defense, which has been good, but has not gotten big production out of Khalil Mack. Could you see Khalil Mack making a game-changing play here? Could you see Tyrod Taylor overcoming the mistakes he's made this season and lead a game-winning drive? And what is the biggest game of the season for the Chargers right now as they hope to crawl back into this division race? There's a lot on the line here. Let's see how Reese handles it as TMag is coming out in quarters with a spy.
Finally.
Reese is Reese is going with his Madden school play. It's going to be SE Dig, I think. Oh, no, never mind. It's not the Madden school play.
He took the spy away on that one.
Oh.
I mean, has Reese run with Tyrod this game?
No.
No.
3 no's. All right.
Yeah, Stokes. So where have you been? Have you been
I
watching?
mean, hey, I've been watching.
I think if Reese could work on that and use Taylor that way and use his legs, it would really open up his gameplay.
All right, 3 tight ends set here for Reese as T-Mag's still in that quarters defense. Bad move by T-Mag. Interesting move by Reese. I think he has time to do this.
Audible down to dive.
He's taking too long. T-Mag's stacking the box now. T-Mag's still playing the pass.
What are you doing?
Reese is yelling at his offensive lineman, "You shut your bitch ass up. You shut your bitch." And he's passing out of the formation against quarters, guys.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
I can't. I'm not the kind of guy to say I told you so, but I'm pretty sure I had that one.
Jesus.
What? Was anything
I think
about
you can
that
tell us that you told us so, because you told us right before it started. So.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
There is.
Wow. That hurts. That's the game.
Nothing about that was a good choice.
T-Mag, do not score here, buddy. Do not score. Smart.
Oh, Reese came out in goal line so he would score.
Man, this was awesome, guys. This was a hell of a game for Thursday Night Football.
Yeah. I am beyond frustrated right now. This dude had 3 down and one linebacker. I mean, what? You were in 3 tight ends. You didn't want audible down to a dive. Why?
Stokes, let's talk about that whole situation. He comes out in 3 tight ends against the quarters. That's a win for Reese. But he audibles to a pass. So you're audibling to a pass against a pass-heavy set. You have your run blockers on the field against a bunch of DBs. And you throw it to the flat.
Exactly, man. I mean, and the game still gives you that bonus if they'll just bowl over everybody if the box is stacked or not stacked.
If I'm Reese, I call timeout with 3 seconds left because then he at least gets the T-Mag can't run another play and he still gets the ice the kicker thing. So let it go to about 3 seconds and hopefully T-Mag gets iced. But guys, this game is.
I mean, another thing with the throw is he's throwing like across the field, backing up, so he gets no zip on it either.
Kicking it with 8 seconds left, so Reese is going to get a chance for a kickoff return. Man, this is just another chapter in this rivalry. You guys think T-Mag's going to be a good sport about this?
No. No, not at all. I mean, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, he's got 1 play left, but I don't think Tyrod or Rivers could throw it to the end zone 76 yards away.
That first yard, that's the problem.
What I would call here is I would call PA wide receiver in. You put Percy on a wheel. There's not much in the playbook in Madden 19 that's going to get this done unless your opponent's just in a dumb defense, which T-Mag isn't. Reese going for a 1-play touchdown, and this is going to be a Raider pick to finish out the game. 4th pick of the day, fitting it end zone interception. T-Mag, you need to go down. Don't dive like that because that's stupid. Just get out of bounds, buddy. You're not nearly good enough on the stick to be doing those dives. You should have fumbled there. That would have been hilarious. And the game is over.
What a comedy of errors that was.
The Raiders get a dramatic victory in this Reese TMag game. Stokes, if you could go to chat and ask TMag if he could be kind enough to go back and show us the interception. If not, he can just have him shut off the stream and we can watch it. Okay, he closed out of his stream, so if you could just tell him to shut off his stream so we could go back and watch a couple things. And tell both of these guys thank you for participating from me, because I will totally forget because I'm getting old. All right, so guys, the game's in the books. Chargers get the win. Somebody, hopefully Joker's watching or Danny's watching, and they know to advance because they have advanced powers, because we are ready to advance. T-Mag's shutting off his stream. That was a good game. That was fun. Let's just go around the table here. I think we all probably have similar overall thoughts on it while I pull up some replays. RVD, what are your overarching thoughts on this game?
Reese has got to figure out his offense. If he's going to use Taylor, he's got to start using his legs. There were plenty of times where he had a wide open spot where he could have just taken off for quite a few yards, but instead he just chunks it downfield, and that's not working for him. He's got to figure out this offense, and if he's going to use Taylor, he's got to use his legs.
Stokes, I know he gave you a first-round pick for Tyrod Taylor. I know it's Madden, but I know the politics that go into sending a first-round pick for a player and what that means for wanting to make that pick look good. But at this point, with Phillip Rivers on the bench, with the way we've seen Taylor struggle, do you consider pulling the plug and going to Phillip Rivers?
I don't think I would in that situation, because you still want to be able to attack someone with your quarterback's leg, and that's what Tyrod can do if you decide
on the field. Here comes Los
and,
Angeles.
I mean,
they've got work to do,
I don't
but they
think
do
he's
still
five,
have a bit of time here.
but a handful of times, but all that whole game, and he never made him pay for that. And that was, I mean, aside from the disastrous play that led to that final interception,
or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game. See if they can
For
do
those of
just
you
that.
watching the stream, you're seeing the
Now it's
replay now.
Taylor.
I've got
Running back,
going
he's
back to
got
that
it
situation.
complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard
watch it,
line.
but
And
all right.
before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
1 sec. All right. Let's see what the sequence is here. All right, so here's the play. You see Reese comes out with 3 tight ends and a single back set. T-Mag is out there in a quarter defense. He does pull his safeties up to the line. This is a little too big, but you guys get the idea. At this point in time, Stokes is shouting out, you need to audible down to the dive, because you can just see there's 3 down linemen, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blockers blocking 3 linemen, maybe a blitzing rusher, and then T-Mag's user. He decides to throw it. He has no matchups on the field. Throws it late to the flat. And Gary Conley picks it off for the interception. A game-clinching interception, guys, as the Los Angeles Chargers drop the game to the Oakland Raiders, and the Raiders now are 4-1.
Right out the window.
Magic, any thoughts on this game before we wind up on here?
I had the under and the hit.
It's true.
They run with Hunt.
I mean, there were no deal down there.
And I don't know if anybody knows, we didn't go off the air.
First down gain of 26
we
yards.
survived.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
What a time to be alive. Did we ever get advanced?
Big guts on
Yeah, we
that
got
one.
advanced.
And guess what?
All right, guys. Well, if you are
It'll
still
pay
watching, we
dividends.
are now in
Now
week
the
number
Chargers
6.
will
So if
use
your
the
opponent's
second
still up,
of their
get those games in. I
timeouts.
might see if
As
Trav wants to
they'll
play.
stop it with 25
But this was
ticks
fun.
remaining
I
on the
really
clock.
enjoyed this edition of AFL Thursday Night Football. We'll be back again.
Oh my God.
We'll be back again next Tuesday. What's going on, Stokes?
A game-winning
baffled.
field goal would be a
frustrated
chip shot
for
from
Reese
here. Let's see
still.
how they
Yeah.
play it on first and goal.
So
No, I'm playing this week too.
And they will take
We're
a
on
knee
we're
and
on week
set up
6.
what would be a
Let's just hit the
potential
point home one more
game-winning
time, because
field
Magic
goal
brought it up.
try.
He brought it up at halftime. Reese should feel good at halftime because the only reason TMag is in this game is because of mistakes Reese made. And now the game is over. I think Magic would again make the point.
Now
the only reason TMag won. This is not a knock on TMag, by the way, because a lot of times in football it's about capitalizing on mistakes. But Magic, I think you would even say that if Reese wants to find out why he lost this game today, he can just look in the mirror.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win.
At some point,
and his
just
kick
make the
is
other
good.
team make a
And
mistake.
it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
I'm telling you guys,
able to come through at a hostile
I'm going to give a state secret out here. Nino is elite at Madden, and a lot of his game is just that. Sit back, wait for you to make a mistake, and he's not going to make it.
When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down,
Stokes is similar. Stokes is also.
Stokes is 3-2. I don't want to hear
get set. They head back onto the field. Look at the clock.
Stokes will also bash your head in with the running game. You don't see Nino getting a lot of blowout victories, though. He's just more of a, I'm going to win. It's going to be kind of ugly, but at the end of the day, I'm going to have about 14 wins in the regular season, and I'm probably going to win a Super Bowl. Or I'm going to play Stokes in the Super Bowl.
Didn't we see Green Bay?
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Not exciting, but
Picked up by Gary and
this guy's got a lot of career wins.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, I enjoyed this tonight. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the fact we stayed on the air. RVD, any final thoughts?
Well, we were on hand.
No, I had fun.
And
right, Magic, any final thoughts?
Coming down really to that
So why aren't we
last
not
play.
competitive
Great
anymore?
job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
Injuries.
Every play during a game matters.
Yay!
You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key
Stokes, any
ones.
final thoughts?
But at the end of the game, when you
Audible
analyze
down
3,
to
4,
dive.
5 plays are
Down
going to
to
be the
dive.
ones you focus on.
All right, we are in week number 6. Thank you all for having, for being great owners in what I think is the best league out there. We do this because we love this league, things like this. I hope you guys are enjoying Tuesday Night Football, which was on Thursday this week, and we hope it's a big part of AFL for the near and distant future. And we will be back again next Tuesday. Let's do some math here. So we are going to advance to, it'll be a week 7 game. So start looking ahead, looking at your week 7 opponents. And if you don't play Mike Fisher, Bailey, TMag, Reese, or me, there's a chance you could be on Tuesday Night Football. Yes, if you play Stokes, RVD, or Magic, you can be on Tuesday Night Football. We can do the show without them. It's not ideal, but we can do it. So take a look at your Week 7 opponents. We're going to try to mix and match some owners here. This was a lot of fun as the LA Chargers fall to the Oakland Raiders 27-24. We'll see you guys next time.